This video will show you how to complete your French 10 project number 1. On the left, there are the instructions. I'll go through that with you. And on the right is the organization of how I want your PowerPoint to be organized. So on the left here, first thing you're going to do is you're going to read the rubric that's attached to the assignment. You're going to open a PowerPoint presentation and you're going to begin by adding a few slides. And this PowerPoint organization document is not actually going to be on the course website. It's actually going to be in this video right here. So you can go back and rewatch this video anytime you want, pause it, go back, click, advance, however you'd like. This is the PowerPoint organization document that I'm talking about. As soon as you've opened up a PowerPoint, save it onto the cloud so that you don't lose anything, and you're going to create your first slide. On your first slide, you're going to include this information right here. You're going to begin the first part of your project right here, which is slide 2. You're going to include the information that's right over here. So you're going to write one paragraph, so around 4 sentences in French that define what the meaning culture means to you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a first glance what you think culture means to you. You're going to be looking back at this after you do your analysis. Step 2 is do some research now. What is culture? Once you've written your first analysis, right, then go do some research, and then you're going to write a new paragraph, about 4 sentences in French, also that demonstrates growth in your understanding of the term. So in the first analysis here, it's just what you thought, and then in this one, it's what you learned from your research. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's just something that I want to see some growth from your learning. And I want to see a clear difference here in the before and then after. And step 4 is put a paragraph to explain your spell checking mistakes. So in your first response, it should be the French that you imagine is the right answer. And then the second one is proper French. You did it perfectly. This is kind of like the perfectly edited answer. So I want to see here in a small little paragraph on the same slide again, explanation of understanding of the mistakes that you made in your first explanation of the word culture. Slide 3, it might get a little tight, but just make sure that you organize your answers. There should be 3 mini paragraphs in your PowerPoint. Just make sure it's maybe font 12 and organized with subtitles so that it's easy for your teacher to find your answers. So the next part is, this is not part 2. This is part, this is part 2. Okay, so part 2 will be slides 3 to 10. So 3 all the way down to 10. This is part 2 of the project. Step 1 is to choose 2 francophone countries from the list below. You can come and re-pause this video at any point. I'm just going to scroll down here. You can pick any of these countries. These are countries where the first language is French. They might have 2 languages, or so that would be like co-official, or you might have a country here where their first language is only French. Pick any of these and then pick a second one. This is countries where French there's a population of French, but it's not necessarily the language used by politics. Anyways, you can go ahead and pick 2 countries here. They must be different, obviously, or you could pick another country if it's not on the list. But it does have to have French as a speaking language in that country. So pick 2 countries, find 1 song per country, so 2 songs from 1 song per country, and it can't be the national anthem, obviously. It has to be a French song from that country. You can't have something that's translated. You can't have something that a French singer sang that originated in a language coming from whatever country. It must be French in origin. So this cannot simply be translated in French. It has to be originally in French from that country. Step 3 is describe the song in terms of singer, author, title, musical style, origin. So that's going to be in your slide 3 is the song title, origin, release year, all of these informations here. And describe the song. Okay, so this part here is you're going to insert the YouTube link directly on the PowerPoint, not just the link, but the actual thumbnail that pops up the YouTube box with the song. So the YouTube song should be in your PowerPoint with it hyperlinked to the actual link on YouTube, but the actual picture of the song should be there too. Slide 4, you're going to pick still the first song. You're going to write a section of the lyrics, not just one word, not just one line. It has to be about 10 lines worth, and you're going to write about 5 influences in that song. That portion of the lines that you selected, 5 influences that those lines have. Then you're going to analyze those lyrics and give us kind of some detail about like what kind of influence that has culturally or politically, whatever you'd like. Next step is cultural significance. So here, influence on culture, about 5 influences that the song has on culture. So these are some ideas down here. Language, your own culture. You can compare it to politics, anything you'd like, but it has to be about culture. Slide 6 will be the same thing as slide 3, and then slide 7 is the same thing as slide 4. Slide 8 is the same thing as slide 5. So it's 2 songs, just repeated information. Then you will add some beautiful visuals through the presentation, make it aesthetically pleasing. Make sure you have some titles, some subtitles. Make it very simple for your teacher to follow along. If I, for example, don't see that you included the singer's name, you'll lose points there. So what I would recommend is just copying this, maybe not the directed link there, but copy this, put it right into your PowerPoint, and then answer right after where it says year, just put the year. And then go make sure that use this as a checklist basically, but then go put this in somewhere on the PowerPoint slide for this. Copy that, paste it in there, and then use that as your subtitle is what I would do personally. Just make sure all the information is there. Slide 9. So this is once you've compared once you've included both songs, you're going to do a song comparison. So here, compare and contrast both songs and influences. I would say maybe 3 to 5 influences would be appropriate, and explain why you chose these songs in the first place and how each song affected you personally. Slide 10 will be your bibliography. So you can include information from What is Culture. You can include information from song 1, song 2, and if you found anything extra, you could put that in there. Once you're done your PowerPoint, you're going to review all your spelling, your grammar that's in the PowerPoint using the course tools that I provided. Review your rubric, make sure everything is in there, it's proper. You've only included 10 slides maximum, and then you're going to submit for grades.